Salud, saluti. I think that's how they say it in Italy. Thank you for tuning in, everyone, to the Fresa show, which is strawberry. Which, by the way, someone told me that fresas or fresitas or something is like in Mexico, or it's considered like girls that are obnoxious.
Kind of.
Or like stuck up. And I'm like, dang. I'm like, I just like strawberries. I'm like, I'm not one, I swear. Is that true, though?
Yeah, it is.
You're
It's like, yeah, it kind of is.
You're like, you should change your name,
Yes,
probably.
a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, but girls do it, like, if they're a fresa, they're just like, yeah, like.
It's not a good thing, right? Is
I
it
mean,
a bad thing? Is it insult?
It's, no, not really if you're a good person, but if you're like a bitch, I guess, then yeah, they call you a fresa. Like, you think you're up here, and then you think everybody's like,
You're like,
lower than
pinche
you.
fresa.
Yeah.
We're like bougie for
Yeah,
us.
basically. Well, bougie, stuck up, like, you think you're better than everybody else. Because I guess, like, when you're a fresa, like, your parents have money, like, you could afford everything.
Dang, I'm like, I want to be a fresa.
Dang,
Where do I sign up? I'm like, call me fresa.
Can I get adopted?
Right?
Dang, fresa. I'm like, shit, fresa.
They talk really weird, though. They're just like, oh, my God, oh, sad. Like, that's just how, they just talk very weird.
Do you know any fresas?
I actually don't.
Me either, but we'll know some
Let's go to
soon.
Mexico and we'll find them.
I always hear about people talking about, like, you know, the Spanish or the Mexican clubs when they were open before everything, like the like banda type of places or what. That there's so many guys there with like so much money, rancheros or something like that.
Aren't they called puchonas?
I don't know, so I'm not
Buchonos,
really too sure.
buchonas. I'm over here like, yeah, I kind of know. Yeah, but buchonas are the ones that like go for like all the money and like they think they're up here too. So it's basically buchona, fresa, and then regular people.
I've seen some Instagram girls that are married to like guys like that.
Yeah, well, they're considered, if they dress up like, literally like a buchona to me is like long black hair, red lipstick,
Yeah.
Gucci, Louis.
But they have
all
their
of
body
that.
done too,
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yes, but those are called.
And it's not a bad thing. I mean, I'm not talking
not.
shit, but it's like it fits like this the
I'm
stereotype,
trying
I
to be
guess.
buchona too. No, I'm just kidding. One day.
Have you gone to any of those banda type places or like with the horses and stuff like that?
I've been to banda clubs, but not like to ranchos. And
Oh,
all that.
ranch.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've
how do
never
you?
been to a
Where do you
rancho.
find out about those or hear about them?
Well, ranchos are clubs.
Oh, ranchos.
It's like, well, in Mexico, a lot of people have ranchos, but here it's probably like in Moreno Valley, like on that area. But I don't live near there, so I've never been to a rancho out here.
But you never like been invited or anything.
I mean, I
like
have, but I'm like, it's too far. If it's like 20 minutes, I'm like, it's too far.
that?
Yeah.
You're like, it has to be like walking
It has
distance.
to be walking distance. It has to be like 10
Oh, that's
minutes.
like when you were coming here. So when she was walking here from parking up to the, she's like, whoo, she's like, I'm tired.
Out of breath. And it was like half a block.
She's like, this was far. And then your friends were like, yeah, we parked over there. And I was like, oh, that's good. And you're like,
It was far. The walking was far. And then with the mask, I was like, no, I'm out of breath.
oh, no. Hey, but are we good on the sound? I just want to run it. Okay, real quick. Okay, perfect. All right, everyone. So this is my guest, Patty G. Like I said before, but the audio was messed up. The OG. And she's from Inglewood.
Born and raised.
So we're going to hear a little bit more about her. Like, let them know how old you are. Let them know that you're a crazy-ass sign.
Okay, so I'm Patty G. I'm 22. I'm a little young, but I still feel like I'm getting old. If that makes sense.
Old soul?
Like I feel like I feel old, but then when people are like, "Oh, you're 22," I'm just like, "Okay, yeah, I'm kind of young."
I'm like,
but
I'm 26, so I seem like an elder. I'm like, am I like gray hair?
no. But I was born in Inglewood, born and raised. I do Instagram, I guess you can say. I'm pretty active on there. I have my own boutique. I just started it last year. It's doing pretty good, but yeah.
Sorry, I'm like,
You're
oops,
good.
my bad.
You're good.
Okay, so I want to ask, how did you get all your followers on Instagram?
So, where I'm from, a lot of people kind of know me, like kind of. But once I started like Facebook and stuff, I had like not a lot of followers, but it was just like, let's say I had like 2K on
Facebook. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So I didn't have that many followers until I got onto Instagram. But I didn't think about Instagram as something like out there. I just thought like, oh, we just post pictures, like just like friends, family, that's it. But I didn't think anything else of it until I want to say I went to college. That's when I saw everybody like coming up. So I was like, oh, like that's cool. They're just posting
On
pictures.
Instagram.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then I didn't think anything of it until I came back after my first year of college, and I saw that you can actually like make money off of Instagram. Like you can put yourself out there. So then that's when I kind of started, and I hit, I want to say 5K 2 years ago.
Okay.
So then that's when I was like, oh, like a lot of followers, whatever. And then that account got deleted. I guess someone was trying to be me.
Did it get hacked?
It got, I
or
guess
how did it get
just,
deleted?
I don't know. It just got deleted. I literally went to the movies. I turned off my phone, walked out, turned on my phone, and my Instagram was like gone.
Do you think it was like an ex-boyfriend or a boyfriend at the time that hacked it?
I think it was
Okay.
just, there were so many fake accounts of me. So that's when I was just like, okay, they're trying to be me, but they deleted my account.
Okay.
So then I was like, okay, whatever, let me start again. And then after that, I started the one that I have right now, and I reached up to like 10K easily. So I was just like, okay, like that's a good thing. That one got deleted.
Did you do shout out for shout out at all or
I
no?
didn't. Like it
Okay.
just came, I guess those 5K knew about me. So then once I created it, they were like, oh, okay, like let's go follow her again. So then I was like, okay. And then literally I reached 30K last 2 years ago too. Like once I started it, I reached 30K, and I was like, okay, like so many people are following me. And then after that, I kind of stopped because I didn't think of Instagram like that much either until quarantine happened. And then once quarantine happened, I was on lockdown. Like my parents did not let me go out to eat, did not let me go out to like anything.
They're like, you're not allowed to leave?
Exactly,
Oh, yeah.
nothing. So then I even paid for my car.
Yeah.
And then they were like, no, we're going to take your car keys away. They were like that strict on quarantine. So I was like, okay, whatever. So then when it happened, I just started getting ready, like did my makeup every day, took pictures, and that's when my Instagram went up.
Like make the most out of it. Yeah,
exactly. So then I started taking pictures, getting ready, and then I'm going to just say like June, I guess, or like before that, I hit 100K. So then I was like, okay, so it's
So
working.
in 1 year, you went from...
Well, it was 30K, and then...
So from 1 year, went from 30 to 100.
Exactly. So then...
And were you posting a photo every day?
Basically, yeah.
So a photo a day or more? Would you post multiple a day or no?
No, just once.
Okay.
Once a day. But I would post like stories, all that. But my account went really up. So then it was 100K, and then right now I'm like 190. 191K, so almost at 200K.
So what do you think if like people that are trying to gain their following, like what would you recommend to them?
Just
What
be
do they do?
consistent. Like just
Yeah.
take pictures every day. Like interact with people. Like that's just the main thing. And at times people get lazy. Like it gets hard, but it's like you have to keep. If you want to be up there, you have to work for it.
Especially if you're like out doing something and you want to be in the moment, but at the same time you're like, hold on, everyone, hold on. You're like,
Exactly.
wait, do it again.
That's how I am too.
And then everyone, have you ever had people like, oh my God, you're like that social media person?
I don't. It's because with my homegirls, them too.
Yeah.
Them too. They already know. They already know what to expect. Like they're
Yeah.
like, okay, before we get somewhere, take my pictures, and if we're gonna drink, take my pictures before we drink.
Oh yes, that's us. Wait, can you pass in the mic? I want to ask them if like, how do you guys feel about her being like a social media, like let's say you go out to eat and then she's like, don't nobody touch anything, I have to record the food. Or she's like, wait, like take a picture of me, take another one, no, I don't like another one, or however. So how do you guys feel about that?
I mean, honestly, it's it's cool. Like at first it took like me and her just barely started being friends, like a year ago, a little over. So like when we first started being friends, I was kind of just like, oh, like it's cool. Like I've never like taken pictures of other people like that, like constantly. So, but I mean, honestly, it's pretty cool. Like it's cool what she does with her following too. Like, you know, she like uses it to like help people and like always like, you know, make sure that other people, that she looks out for other people too.
So you don't mind it, you guys
No.
enjoy. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I was wondering. Oh, okay.
No, that's why I keep my circle small, because it's like let's say I go out with new friends, and be like, okay, like there's 5 pictures, there you go. I'm like, no, girl, you gotta take like 100 at least.
And all of my friends, I think, because they're like kind of into social media, so they know, they're like, they just are like, yeah, more, like do this, or I'll tell them like, why didn't you tell me like I didn't look good, or like do this, or like change your outfit, or like something. I'm like, but yeah, most people don't really. I mean, mind.
They're not used to it.
Yeah, because my boyfriend takes actually a lot of my pics, but he knows like what I want now. Like,
Let me find myself a boyfriend.
but yeah, I know.
I'm just kidding. That's hard.
No, what I'll do first though is that I'll have an idea, and then like I'll save ideas from Instagram. Like I'll save it because you need to like save ideas, yeah. And then I'm like, okay, we're gonna go here, we're gonna try this. But before I even go, I'm like, all right, you're me, but I'm gonna show you how exactly I want it. So I'm like, stand there, stand like this, and I'm like, exactly at this level, like this, this, and that. And he's like, okay, got you.
And he got it right.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks, babe. All right, so how serious do you take social media?
I mean, at first it was just all fun and games, but then now that I see that people like can make money off of it, a lot of people talk shit about social media though. They're just like, oh, you guys just want followers, likes, but then that gets you somewhere.
You're like, it pays the
does.
bill.
It pays the
It gets you
bills,
paid.
Right? But then a lot of people talk shit about it. I'm just like, no, girl. Like, you make money off of it. Like, you're just being jealous. You're being a hater. But that's the way that I see it.
But that is the truth. The point of social media for us as entrepreneurs is the more engagement we get,
Yeah,
the
that
likes, the
part.
comments,
Yeah.
the followers, the shout outs, even comments on each other's pages. Like that is what builds up engagement, which gets our product put on the Explorer page.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, yeah, it is like it's our job. And if you have a problem with it, like go get your own job.
Stop being a hater.
Do you have like a normal daytime job?
I don't. I used to, but that happened before quarantine. So before quarantine, I quit my job.
What was your job?
I worked at Whole Foods, so I was a
Okay.
cashier. So it wasn't bad. I actually liked working there, but it was just like since I'm kind of out there, everybody at the job was just like following me on Instagram, but I didn't know. So basically, nobody knows this, but I was working at Whole Foods. I sometimes host at clubs. So I was paid to go to a club, and that day I couldn't go to work. So then,
shit.
so then they came at me telling me like, oh, you could go clubbing, this and that, but you can't come to work. But keep in mind, I had to work in the morning, not at night. So then they came at me. They were like, oh, you could go out clubbing, but you can't come to work. And I was like, okay, but I wasn't scheduled at that time. And I was like, I'm getting paid to go to the club. It's not free, like nothing. So then they got all mad, and I was just like, you know what, like I'm good. Like I don't want to work here no more, because I had people showing my business to like my job.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, like I don't like that. So I left. But then from there, quarantine happened, and then I couldn't get a job. I literally applied to like, I want to say 50 jobs this whole quarantine, and nothing. With experience too. Like I only applied to grocery stores. So I was like, okay, I have experience. Like they might hire me like fast, but nothing. So I was just like, you know what? So I just started my own business. I'm making good money with my business. So I prefer that than having like a time schedule.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I know everyone's been struggling with the whole quarantine, the job
Yup.
things.
It sucks.
How did you start up like the idea for your boutique and
Honestly, it's been like, I had it in my head for 2 years, but I never went for it. Because like in my area, I was like, no one's going to support me. Like no one's going to like buy from me. But that's because I was thinking small-minded. But then I was just like, you know what, I have a good following. Like, let me start it up. So it took me about 2 months to even like start it. But starting is always like the easiest part. So I was like, you know what, let me just do my EIN number, my seller's permit. Like, let me just start that. And it was pretty easy. And then I was just like, let me just go for it. So I started it, and then I just went for it.
how long did it take you from like when you got the idea to like, all right, I picked the name, start the website, I'm gonna pick out the inventory. Like what was like the time frame?
Well, thinking about it was 2 years, because I thought about it 2 years, but I never
okay.
went for it.
Yeah.
But then since quarantine, I was stuck home. I couldn't do much. I was like, what am I gonna do? So I was like, let me just do it. So then I did. I just started it. It took me like 2 months to get like my name, like the EIN number, and then I just started looking. But the part that I kind of messed up on was that I wanted it super fast. So then right now I'm like trying to change the logo, trying to change the website. So I'm just like, I
Oh,
did
so
it
you
too
want to like a whole
fast.
revamp?
Yes, so I did it too fast.
So you don't really like some of the stuff.
I mean,
right
I
now?
like my logo and stuff, but I wanted to pop out. But since I was like, okay, I got it this fast, let me just do it. So and that's where I messed up. I was like, next time I should have took my time on it.
So you're changing the whole name?
No, I'm keeping the name.
Oh,
But just,
okay.
Like, the way that the website looks, like my like inspo, all that stuff.
Okay, okay.
Actually, I would say I think that's amazing that I feel like us as perfectionists,
Yeah.
us as like creators, innovating, like perfectionism is nothing's ever perfect. Like they just get it started And then from there, like you already said, you
Yeah.
made great money off of it. So imagine if today you've barely started it. You would have missed out on that whole opportunity.
That's true.
So like one thing, like, you know, we have an entrepreneur coach. She always tells us, like, you know, people in our program would be like, I'm not ready yet. This isn't done. This isn't done. She's like, just put it up and do it. Like once you get started, you could correct it. Like you could
she's like,
fail,
you'll
fail
never
your
be
way
ready.
into success. You know?
Yeah.
So like, I think that was amazing that you were just
I
like,
just went for
you
it.
got, yeah. Now you're going to be like, I have a new idea for the logo. And because you're always you're up leveling, like your creativity is always like, ooh, I got this, I got that. So it's actually a good thing to start like that.
Because people go against it like, oh no, you have to take your time, like you have to go slow, and I'm just like, I didn't do that, but okay.
No, I think you shouldn't. I think that's why so many people have ideas, but they don't do anything. It's like, just do it. Just do it and figure it out on the way there. And you did. And look where you're at. Ta-da!
She's like, round of applause.
And the crowd goes wild.
Do you want to stay online or you hope to have a storefront at some point?
I mean, if it's successful, then go like store. But right now, I'm just keeping it like. Well, what I'm doing is I'm doing local deliveries too. So like, if you're in the area, I'll go take it to you the same day.
Okay.
So it's like it's not just online. That's why I wanted to be like different from everybody else. Like I do offer local. I mean, I would offer pickup too, but since I do it at home, I really can't do that.
Mhm.
I don't want to give out my address to everybody.
Yeah.
But
What's your advice to some people that are trying to start up, like in the same type
just
of
go for
industry?
it. Like that's all you have to do. Go for it, and then
Just trial and error, like just
yes,
keep
just
going
try.
with it.
You can't give up though, because if you give
Yeah.
up like the first month, then you're not gonna get anywhere.
Mhm.
Because it's like I've been doing it for what, like 4 or 5 months, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I think I've thought about giving up. But then
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm not gonna get anywhere if I give up. Like I have to at least try.
We have a friend. I don't know if you've seen her on Instagram. It's like Pretty King Hustle or something like that. But she has like a little boutique too. But she says the same thing. It's just like, especially when you're like a small business, you know what I'm saying? It's just like sometimes you're gonna have losses, but like
Yeah.
you just gotta like look past that and just keep going. Like you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? She's like sometimes you're not always gonna get whatever the outcome that you expected, but it's like then the next time you're gonna get, oh my God, everyone loved this. They bought it out. They sold out. Like that type of thing.
Yeah, I feel you.
Just roll with the punches.
Exactly. That's true.
But I want to touch back on social media. You said that before when you first started your first Instagram and you lost it, you got back the next one, that people already knew you or they knew you for your first one. So does that mean like you were popular in high school or
I
did you go
mean-
viral for something or
No, I guess
were you
where I'm-
dating someone famous?
I guess where I'm from, it's like people knew who I was, but not either bad away, good away. I don't even care. But
What would you say they knew you for? What would you think?
it's because when I'm from like a small area, like I'm
Okay.
on the borderline of Inglewood and Lenox, and Lenox is a very small city, like very small. So if you grew up with all those people, they all know you. So that's how I guess you kind of like people knew about me. I guess because when I was growing up, I went to school in Inglewood, Lenox / and then I went to middle school to a private Catholic school. So then I had people from like Inglewood, Hawthorne, they all knew me.
Okay.
So then when I was in middle school, I kind of got best of both worlds. I got private school people and then public school people. And then I kind of combined them. So I guess that's how I was probably like kind of known.
And they're like, we want to follow her.
Yeah, well, I don't even know how I'm known though.
That's what I was wondering. What
like I think
friends? How would you say she's known?
like in my area, you can say.
Anyone? No. No.
No, well, I mean, when I first met her, she was already like kind of up there on Instagram. So, I mean, I don't really have too much insight on that part.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm trying to find that too.
And you're like,
We'll find
anyone?
out
You're
together.
like, comment that on this.
Comment
You're
how
like,
you guys
why
know
are you
me.
following me? Why do you follow me? If you don't tell me why, you're like, I'm blocking you.
No, but yeah.
Do you ever get comments on Instagram or like DMs that are like, oh my God, I went to school with you, and you don't even remember them? Or no? Oh no, because
Probably,
it's a
like,
small world, so you do
yeah,
know everybody. Oh.
Exactly. But I'm honestly not close to anyone around my area.
But
at
did they
all.
message you that like, hey, I went to school with you? Or
Some
no?
people do. Well, I have some people telling me they went to confirmation class with me.
Oh,
And
shit.
I went to confirmation class in Venice. So I was like all over. But yeah.
What do you reply or no? Do you leave a lot of them on red?
If they're interesting enough, I'll reply. But if not, no.
Do you check your requests
I actually
daily?
do. Because I guess I got a lot of collabs on there.
Oh, okay.
But then right now, today, I actually posted that my messages do not load at
I
all.
saw that.
So it went from like 23 hours to 5-7 weeks. And I'm just like, where do my messages go? Right? I don't know. Instagram is all weird. I don't even know.
Wait, you know that on Instagram right now, they have 3 sections for the messages.
They do?
There's people that you message all the time. That's called primary. There's general, that people you're accepting. And then there's
No, but the
unaccepted.
people in general only go there if you
you add
put
them,
them in
right?
general. You have to put them in general.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe she's
Like
maybe she's like on a,
manually.
maybe she's like one of the wrong folders.
Because I was on a request, but I like swipe. But then it goes from 23 hours to like 5-7 weeks.
Oh,
So all my messages are gone. So I was like, what's going on?
okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to block people?
Always. I hate
Haters?
I hate.
Now, do you write back to them, or will you just right away block?
When I want to have some fun, I'll reply back and then like argue with them, but then I'll block them.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. But it's mostly fake accounts.
Always, huh?
It's always. It gets so annoying, but oh well.
Those are the worst.
I always
too.
tell everybody, being social media influencers as well, is like, I leave my haters. I'm like, that extra comment you just made, like, I need those extra comments. Because, you know, I'll comment back something nice, like, well, cool, go to my website and buy something. Like, I don't care what they say
had
bashing
people,
me.
We've had people that are like, we'll write back, and then they'll be like, oh my God, we just wanted you to reply. I didn't mean that.
Oh, there's a lot of people like that.
And you're like, what?
Way too many people like that, honestly.
And it's just like, okay, what the heck?
Yeah, so I feel especially with the new Instagram algorithm, like, I need every follower. Like, I'm not even trying to like lose one follower. So like, we used to like before delete everybody, but now I'm like, that person, what they said, I'm like, let's comment back. So they could be like, oh my God, your body's fake and you know, you're fake too. And I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you. So how's your day today? And they'll be like, oh, I had a great day. I'm like, awesome, what'd you do? And they're like, you know, I went to the park.
Attention. They
No,
want the attention.
but what happens is now from that one comment, I've created a conversation, which now there's 10 extra comments. Get it? So now the engagement goes up.
That part.
So instead of like deleting that person and losing the one follower and losing the engagement on that post, I've increased it. So I think this, I tell my daughter all the time is, we don't delete anybody. Engage, like they're ready to go at it. So engage them, but you come at them positive, say a joke or something or funny, and no matter what they say, keep going back and forth, because now you have one post that can have like 10 to 20 comments.
Do you have a Finsta?
I don't actually.
I know. Our other girlfriend doesn't have one either. I'm like, we have one.
Yeah, a few of our girlfriends don't have one. We're like, how do you not have a Finsta?
But
Like,
I don't
everyone
know. I
have
guess,
one?
well, she doesn't
What was
have
the
one.
point,
Why
though?
don't
Like,
you?
Is it just like
I guess just to like,
posting random,
what is
or-
it? I guess to just randomly look at random people's pages.
I guess people from
without,
the
like,
past.
you looking. I don't know. Like, you don't want to seem like. It's like people that you just randomly want to look at, but let's say you don't follow them, and then people, because like I feel like some people think like, what a creep! You looked at my story, you don't follow
Yeah.
me, and it's just like, oh, I don't want to seem creepy.
That's true.
That's why. I mean, that's normally why. But do you ever see fake Instagrams that look at yours?
Always.
Do you block them?
Honestly, I don't. Like, when I'm bored, I'll just look through my stories and see who views it. But then if I see that person more than 3 times, I'll block them. Like, I'll give them a chance, 1, 2, and then 3, you're out.
So she does
No,
block them,
yeah.
Mama D.
Yes,
Well,
I
I
do.
feel like in that case, like, okay, so I've been doing that because I had this page with 6 million followers. I lost it on December 20th. So now my
She knows the exact date. What the fuck? She's like at 1:23 a.m.
December 20th,
What time?
like a week or two before December 20th, everyone that was like in like any kind of OnlyFans or adult entertainment, like we were already rewarned about getting deleted. So everyone we were like, is it like a joke? Like what's really going on? So when December 20 came, a lot of us got deleted. So everybody had kind of backup pages.
Yeah.
But
She hasn't gotten it back, by the way.
no, I'm gonna get it back. I just haven't.
She's like, I know I'm going to get it back.
We're manifesting. We're putting it into
gonna
the
get it
I'm gonna
bag.
get it back. What was I saying before that?
That how beautiful I am.
Yes, definitely.
Thank
oh,
you.
The stories. So now my personal page, I'm on my personal page. It has like 200,000 followers. I can actually look through my stories because there's not too many people. Like I can actually see who's on it. So I'll go on, and anybody that's not following me, I don't care if it's a fake page. It could say 000. You could be bashing me, talking shit in the back. But if you press the follow, it says following. I'm not trying to lose you.
Oh, okay.
But the people that are like 000 and it says not following, I'm like blocked.
Blocked.
Like, and mine is like not even hating. Just please make a new page, but make sure you press follow. And you can say that because I need that follow. So I'll go through like 20 people. I'll be like, not following me, deleted it. Only the fact is,
I
I
never
want
do
you
that, by
to
the way.
follow
I
me.
never, ever look at. So, you know, when you post a story, only people you follow or interact with, you can see like if they watched it up top.
Oh,
And then the rest are like underneath. I never, ever look. Like, I'm never that person, like, oh, let me look through. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to block.
But I think because when you're at like 1 million or a plus, it's so many people. Like I never did either. I never did, but my page is so slow right now, and there's not much to do. Like I get like 1,000 views on my story.
She's like cracking her knuckles.
I'm
She's
bored. Like I have nothing. I'm like,
"What
this
do?"
is crazy. Like let me just go through the stories, and I could legit watch everybody. But when your page is like, you know, at the millions, it's like ridiculous. Like it gives you anxiety even go looking, which I never did ever.
I just look when I'm bored. Like if I have
Yeah.
nothing to do
Yeah.
at night, I'm just like scroll.
Yep.
But that's it.
So, what does a day in Patty G's life look
I just
like?
wake
Typically.
up. I wake up at 2 p.m. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Well, right now it's because my only busiest time is when I launch. So when I launch, it's just go to downtown, like let's say 9 in the morning, walk around, find what I'm gonna do. I always choose 5 items, and then after that, I go home, eat, and then I have like a rack. So it's like I take out all my clothes out of the bags, hang them up, and then once I do that, I just start adding everything to my site. But then I choose a launch. But then those are my only busiest times. Other than that, I just sleep in 12. That's it.
You're like, whatever the life's showing me, whatever the wind blows. Did you have someone set up your website, or you did it yourself?
Actually, I did everything by myself. So
Okay.
I was going to model my own clothes. But then when I saw that people didn't take the pictures how I wanted them, so I was like, I'm going to just get a model. I'm going to just do everything my own.
Do you use the same model or someone different?
Actually, first, I used myself the first launch, but it didn't go as well. Like, with me, like...
You did it like on like your phone on like a little tripod or a
It's 'cause,
selfie?
The first launch was the photographer that I shoot with.
Okay.
So he took my pictures, but then I liked it. But then for my second launch, I couldn't do it myself. So I was like, I asked one of my little cousins to do it. So then they did it for
Your
me.
cousins?
My cousins are very supportive.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then after that, my third launch.
Yes, Mama D.
Go ahead. I know, I was like holding it.
You're like, whoa. You're like, take me on a date first.
We're good, right? Are we good? Yeah. Okay. But then after that, I used just my cousins. But then for my next launch, I asked one of my homegirls, and I was like, "Can you model for me?" She was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Okay, sure, I'll hit you up."
And you love them, the way everything came out.
Yeah, exactly.
But you still had your photographer do the photos of them?
I didn't know the first time. It was just with me though.
okay.
First it was me, and then after that, I took the pictures myself. It came out pretty good. But then for my next launch, I asked my homegirl. But then since I put it on hold because of the logo and stuff, I was just like, okay, like I'll hit you up when I have like the stuff ready. Make sense? But yeah.
Okay, all right. Cheers to you for that, by the way, starting your own company and everything.
It's-
So proud.
I mean, it's easy at first, but then after it's just like super hard.
What's like the hardships in it, you would say?
Being motivated, girl.
Oh.
Like it's just hard. Like sometimes you're like, oh, there's too many people doing this, so let me just like stop.
Mm-hmm.
But then I have to get through my head like you can't stop. Like, make sense?
Yeah, where do you find motivation from? Like when it is hard, like where do you like just
TikTok.
TikTok?
Girl. I'll be like scrolling and I
This
see
is
like
not a paid advertisement.
no TikTok. No, but I'll be scrolling and I see like girls that they have their own small boutique. So I'm like, they're up here. So if they can get up there, I'm gonna get up there too.
Are you big on TikTok or do you try to like
Actually,
advertise your boutique on TikTok?
I've tried, but it's very, very hard.
Okay.
But I tried with my boutique.
But you can do it.
That part. Yes, I could.
You
do
got to do that. What's that
Yes.
one? Bust it. That bust it challenge.
Yeah,
That would be a good one to do. I'm like, that's
it
cool.
probably is. But it's just like you lose motivation. So you're just like you gotta get it together.
I remember you saying a little bit earlier that you were single.
Yes, I am. Single. I have a lot of bad luck with guys.
Okay, so like, what's like do you have like an ex or not really, like a
No,
serious? Okay.
No, nothing. I'm just exploring. I
Are you?
guess.
How's dating for you now, or especially during the pandemic? Like, no one can go really anywhere.
Honestly, it's just been the same. Like honestly, I prefer hanging out with my girlfriends than to hang out with the guy.
So if someone tries to like
To be like, let's
make
go
a
on
move
date.
on you, or like respectfully though, or something, or he like is interested in you, you just won't give him no attention.
I mean, I don't, but it's because I just don't want to look for a boyfriend at the time at all. Like I'm just like focusing on myself, like my boutique, my friends, my family. That's it.
So you wouldn't even hang out with them or anything.
I mean, I would hang out with them. I'll probably give them a chance if they're interesting enough.
Okay. You're like, here's the questionnaire. Fill it out.
Yes. But, I mean, it gets kind of, like, lonely being single, but...
So if you're listening, she is single. And like I advertised Mama D, she is also free for Valentine's coming
Yes,
up.
I am.
What are the qualifications that you look
You have
for?
to be tall.
What? But like, how? Like, what's the minimum height?
I'll say 6.
All right, ethnicity, or you're open? Like, what's your usual type?
I go for Mexican, but if not that, then you can be whatever you want.
The rancho guys.
Yes.
Is it certain signs, specific signs?
No, we're good. I'm not really big on
You're like, no, I
signs.
don't care.
When you said Gemini, I was like, I'm not.
You didn't even know you were a Gemini, or you did?
I did.
Oh,
I did.
she's like, what's that?
No, I did, but I'm not very open to that. Well, I don't even know
Oh,
anything
okay,
about that.
okay,
Makes
okay.
sense? But yeah.
Do you have you ever been in a serious relationship?
Let me think about that.
Wow.
Honestly, like, you're not considered my boyfriend until you ask me, like, will you be my girlfriend? That's
Yeah.
me. And that the last time that happened to me was junior year of high school. What was that?
Okay.
2015?
Yeah, that's facts. Because me and Mama D always talk about that. Where it's just like, even if you think we're dating serious, it's like, no, we have to have that conversation of
Exactly.
we're not seeing other people, or
Being
we're
exclusive.
100%. Yeah.
Like, okay, we're exclusive. To me, exclusive means we're a boyfriend and girlfriend.
Exactly.
Like, 'cause I have some people that they're dating, like, well, when I date, I don't see other people. I'm like, that's basically a relationship.
Yeah.
Like, dating to me is like, dating means we're dating. Like, we're dating other people. We're doing whatever we want. We're like getting to know each other to decide if we want to go to the next level of commitment. And to me, being exclusive is a commitment.
That's true.
Yeah, it definitely is. Are you ready for a relationship type of thing?
I mean,
Did you ever cheat when you were in high school with that one person?
actually, no, I didn't.
She's
I
so
was
surprised.
a holy child. No, I'm just kidding. No, I was good. But that was what, junior year of high school? I'm what, 22 now? That was like a long time ago. Like, I had like you could say an ex, but I even told him straight up, like, you're not my boyfriend until you ask me. And he was like, oh, but I talked to your dad. And I was like, that doesn't mean anything. Like, you're supposed to ask me.
A lot of people think that, huh? They're like, oh, well, I met your parents.
Exactly. So I'm just like, no, that doesn't work.
So she is available. Can we tag her Instagram in, Abe? So, well, we're going to tag her Instagram so that way you can know to follow her, like, show her all the love. And then if you are over 6 foot or 6 foot or over and you are Hispanic, she said Mexican, but I'm going to just say Hispanic.
Hispanic, yeah.
And then you can slide in the DMs for Valentine's. And then also for her boutique, Abe, the website. Yeah. Yes. And what is your boutique called?
I love me boutique because I love myself.
She's like, and you're gonna love me too, yeah?
Exactly.
Did we tag that, everybody?
You got it?
Thank you. All right, so random question. Share a hidden talent or skill.
Nobody, oh, I don't know if people know this, but I used to dance. I was a dancer. Well, not like, I was on a dance team since I was 5 till I was 18.
So like hip hop, drill team?
Yeah, hip hop, drill.
Oh, everything.
Everything, lyrical.
So you can hit like the splits, like
Yeah.
gymnastic stuff?
I could do splits, but not the whole took over and none of that. And I did cheerleading for 2 years.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of small, but at least I got some cheer in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I was a cheerleader, dancer, and yeah. And then I danced for my first year of college too.
Okay, so her hidden talent is she's flexible and she's got rhythm.
Exactly.
So you can like bust it. Like if everyone's like somewhere playing music, you can really like groove, like get
Yeah.
down. Like you could dance battle people.
I mean, I could if I would, but
Could you pop lock it? Like could you like everything like hip hop really hardcore? Dang, that's so cool.
well, before, not right now. I haven't tried it.
Yeah,
Maybe
like
if I
let me.
tried
You're
it
like let me warm up
when
here.
I was 18, yeah, but I haven't tried it, so we'll see. Now I'm trying to get into my dancing again, but it's just so hard because I'm very lazy now. But since I was always like dancing my whole life, and then all of a sudden became lazy, it's like fuck. Like even like walking down the mile,
Mhm.
tiring for me.
So you don't dance at all? Do you ever
I don't
dance like
dance.
when you're cleaning or like?
I mean,
and there's
yeah, but
something
it's
or
like it's not the same like energy as if when I was dancing when I was like on a team.
Okay.
So it's like my energy is like gone.
I'm like, I want to see some of those videos after.
I'll show you.
What's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you?
I don't think I have.
Everybody
Not yet,
says
not
that.
yet, not
Why?
yet,
I'm like,
not
it has
yet.
to be something like kind of a little bit halfway embarrassing.
I actually don't.
You're like, I'm just never embarrassed myself. You're like, sorry, I'm
I love
perfect.
myself.
So what happened to your niece?
Oh yeah, she's like, so anyways.
I fell, guys.
Please explain
I
the bruises
fell.
on the knees.
I fell off the stairs and then I got a rug burn.
She's like, so I was doing this like crazy
I was
snowboarding
kinda
move
lit, so I fell off the stairs.
off the Henny.
Yes. No, off the Centenario. That's tequila.
It's like
I don't think
tequila
I tried
for
that
you.
one. Have you tried? I don't think
I
I've tried that one.
think, is it the, what color is the bottle?
It's like yellow.
Definitely haven't tried it. Yeah, we haven't
No,
tried that
yeah.
one.
Probably
We're
when we've
tequila
been in
drinkers.
Mexico, we have.
Maybe.
It's
Yeah,
silly.
when you go to Mexico, that's all you drink, Centenario. But it's good.
All right, so we're
Damn,
gonna
you
take.
put me on blast.
Mama D's like, no,
Mama
not
D
even
put
my
me on
friend.
blast.
You didn't have anything you're embarrassed of. I was like,
like,
she
gotta
might
go.
be embarrassed of that story.
Very embarrassed.
She's like, you're seeing it. She's like, are you on drugs? You're
I'm like, wait,
hallucinating.
does everybody else in the room see this, or is it just me? It's the mushrooms I took earlier.
Mood.
Okay, last question.
Go ahead.
Who do you look up to?
My parents. Because my dad, he like came from Mexico, but he started his own business. So he's a truck driver. So he owns a trucking business.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, so he makes good money. He like came from the bottom to the top. Like that's what I'm trying to. And then my grandpa, he just passed away last year.
Sorry.
He had a lot of businesses. So when I started my business, I was like, I'm doing it for him. Like he went through like 3 different businesses. So I was like, if he could do it, I could do it. And then I'm looking up to him. Like, but that's just my main like thing, family and my grandpa.
I love it. Family.
Exactly.
The family. The family.
Family.
Keep it in the family. They raise their bosses. They raise the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's what it's gonna be. And period. Period. Thank you everybody for tuning in with Patty and I. We will see you next week, next Thursday. Please like and subscribe to this video. And if you want to be sponsored on this video, just let me know. DM me on all social media. Shop a lot for Valentine's Day for your girls from her boutique,
Better.
okay? And then if you are single, then you already know the fucking vibes.
DM me.
Yeah, hit her up. But send pictures and your height, all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta see everything.